but in this other kind of way of sort of being set aside and associated with a redemptive sacrifice, as I've said, and also a mourning for sin. Mourning actually becomes, and pity becomes, a really big part of Frodo's character, not only sort of in a narrative function, like that's how the eucatastrophe comes about, right? He saves Gollum several times. But his interactions with Saruman throughout Return of the King, on the road from Isengard, and again at Saruman's death, we're kind of told repeatedly through other characters that Frodo is a spiritual powerhouse, even as he recedes more and more into the background with his immediate friends. Elrond says, "This task was chosen for you." Galadriel says, "I can't hide from you that I am a ring bearer because of your spiritual authority," in effect. And he's one of the very few people we know of who can actually glimpse her mind at all, which Sauron himself can't get into. And then lastly, Saruman recognizes, he says outright, "You have grown. Oh, how have you grown. I see your pity and I hate it in you." And even this role of being a merciful intercessor in the middle of a battle with the ruffians, like, no, he's trying to get the other hobbits from killing unarmed assailants because of how those ruffians have been acting, and this sort of social intercessor role of, yes, I understand the demands of justice, but mercy is good too. It's actually something we need. Is very much associated with the priesthood. And I think part of the reason that Frodo is the POV character for most of the book, and sort of the one who actually brings everyone's story together, is because that's sort of what the divine does in the daily life, but also for the individual person, right? This orientation in the Legendarium of hope beyond, but sort of being touched by Eru's will, also relates to us in our lives, and like, this is actually the thing that is the most important. We might have governing responsibilities, we might need to bear witness to something and stimulate people to action, but if we don't have this fundamental orientation of sacrifice and mercy, something's gone very wrong. We've actually lost the narrative thread. We can't frame the story correctly. And I think that's why he was totally done dirty in the Jackson adaptation, because that's I would argue, a really important point of authentic masculinity, to use a sort of overused term.
Yes.